Good morning. Change of plans. We are gonna drive. Oops. Hit the brakes instead of, releasing. They're already released, buddy. Let's turn our lights on. Instead of delivering in Nelson and then in trail, we delivered in trail first, which means the unload was in the middle of the trailer. So I had to pull the center tarp out, which is a little awkward, but I got here early enough that I could do that. Okay, steer goes in the ditch. Trailer does not hit the fence. Okay. Trailer goes in ditch. So we're gonna climb up to Fruitvale. A hard little climb, but less hard than yesterday's because we're 4 pallets lighter. No longer overweight. So next stop is Nelson. We swapped it around because my next trip makes more sense this way, because after that I'm going to run down to Salmo, switch trailers, head over to South Slocan, grab a load there at KMT, drop that trailer off in Castlegar, and then go back and get my trailer again. Maybe I should drop this trailer in Nelson, then go to Salmo, bobtailing, pick up the trailer, do the Castlegar, and then I only have to drive to Nelson to go get my trailer instead of going all the way back to Salmo. I would save a few miles. Trying to think where I could drop off the trailer. Might not really be an option. So yeah, we're headed to Nelson right now. My GPS says an hour and 5 minutes away. Beautiful little climb. It's the Columbia River down there. I'm not sure which way is really all that much faster. We could go, to get to Nelson, we could take, Highway 22? Up to Castlegar and then to Nelson that way. But I believe taking freebie to Salmo and then north to Nelson is faster. Entering Montrose. beautiful little town. Such a beautiful overlook of Columbia River. It's 7:30 in the morning, 10 degrees Celsius. So yesterday, I pulled into Grand Forks to fuel up. I fueled up, only a little bit, just enough to get me up and over the mountain. I'm gonna actually pull into our Salmo yard and top off on fuel there, and get a retorque. Because after splashing a little fuel in Grand Forks, I did a big U-turn in the yard, and all of a sudden, BAM! Neighbors were coming out of their door, looking out of their doors. The truck that was parked there, his head was sticking out of the window going, "What was that?" Just completely blowed up my tire. It's just a massive explosion. The good news is I was going slow and I didn't destroy the trailer, because that kind of blow up would destroy the trailer, because you'd have tire all over at high speed. And Cal Tire is like a block away. So I just slowly crawled over down to Cal Tire. They were still open. They had a new tire on the trailer within 20 minutes. And back on the road. Here I thought it was going to mess up my plans for today, but 20-minute tire change doesn't mess up plans too much. It just meant 20 minutes less of spare time to edit video or play a video game or whatever. Truck driver and passenger jumped out and goes, "What was that?" I'm like, "I think I blew a tire." Walk up to the trailer and go, "Yep, there it is. It's not hard to tell because she's ripped in half." Right across the tread, as if someone cut it, but there was no cutting. We went and inspected the yard. There's nothing there to cut, and if you take a close look at the tire, it just completely blew out. It's a jagged line. It's a tear, not a cut. So when I was making the turn, there is some side pressure on those tires. I also felt the tires. They weren't over hot or anything, but it looked like the blowout started on the inside sidewall. So with that side pressure as you're making a turn, I guess it just couldn't handle it. These are all retreads, so the sidewalls are older sidewalls. The treads might be brand new. This tire was almost new. Like, the tread was, we put it up on there a couple of weeks ago. Those tires. But yeah, the casing is an old casing that's been reused who knows how many times. And she just couldn't handle it. Not with a max weight load. On the trailer, remember, I was 100 kilogram below max weight. So I'm like, was I overweight? Is that why it overheated and blew it? No, tires were not hot. It just couldn't handle the sidewall pressure of doing a U-turn. It was a big, wide sweeping U-turn too. It wasn't a tight U-turn like I do sometimes. So if I'm going to have a blowout, that's the way to have one. Add a little excitement to the day, right? Now, of course, when I started editing yesterday's video, I'm like, yeah, don't worry, the dash cam memory card's full. I've got the other two cameras. Yeah, but what if the other camera has a huge stinking bug on it? I zoomed in a bit in the editing process, so it's not that noticeable, but every time you zoom in, the quality of video gets worse too, so that is what it is, I guess. Keep that trusty dash cam. That's why I still like using the dash cam, even though I know the video's better when I have all three cameras outside. It's just when you have bugs and rain and snow, the dash cam at least gives us somewhat usable video. Welcome to Fruitvale. There's a mill over here. They make veneer. They basically take logs and put them on like a lathe with a big blade on it, and then trim this small layer of wood off of these logs. The wood gets laid out flat, making this really thin slivers of wood. And that gets chipped to plywood making factories. So they take the veneer and glue it all together and make plywood out of it. Atco. Taking a few loads out of there myself back in the Super B days. Man, it's amazing how much lighter the truck and trailer feels with just 4 pallets removed. The back end of that tarp's flapping a bit, but it'll be okay. I'm not too concerned about the front tarp flapping. It's the second tarp if the wind gets in there. That would suck. I got the front tarp I got used. Somebody else had been using it. I replaced one of my other tarps with this one, and the end of the tarp is all frayed, so there's actually no grommet to put a bungee in, and that's why I try to have that tarp always a nice clean edge at the end, or the one that goes underneath the other ones. That way you don't have the flapping loose end. But the way I had to pull the pallets out of the center, you have a loose flap at the end. Do not run this section of highway very often. I find it a bit boring. Probably, I don't know if I've ever shot video of going through here. But I call Highway 33 boring, and you guys disagree, so I think I'll end the video in the Salmo yard. I think that'd be perfect timing. Kids were all standing on the street, so watch out for the school bus. 7:45 and the kids are out. Seems a bit early. I think I always had to get on the bus at 7 a.m. and I was usually the first or second person on the bus. Was it 7 a.m.? No, not even. Hour ride. School started at, did school start at 8 or 9? Maybe it started at 8. Maybe it was 7 a.m. School started at 8. Yeah, that would have made sense. Yard here, log sort yard. Yeah, it's a log sort yard there. I wonder who owns that. Well, I did say I don't know where EcoChip's sort yard is in the Salmo area. Maybe that's it. I doubt it, but maybe it's close to Salmo. It's only like 5 kilometers away. It's definitely a log sort yard. Maybe. Didn't see any signage. I'm going to blame the cube van of driving slow, but I think there's vehicles in front of the cube van. Ah, school bus. It's going the wrong way for the kids that were standing on the road. maybe the school bus comes up here, picks up some kids, does a U-turn, and then goes back. I can see why Jess loves fall. Beautiful temperatures, beautiful vibrant colors you only see a couple of weeks a year. No snow yet. Tourists are all gone. Definitely more peaceful. Coming up at the intersection of Highway 3. Always be ready to have a brake check here, because you never know if that U-Haul would have pulled out in front of me. Because this is the main highway, Highway 3. One of the few routes through the Rocky Mountains. What kind of construction do we have here today? It looks like seal coating, because I see seal coating along the shoulder. Basically, they spray tar on the road and then spray gravel on top of that tar. Give a older highway a little more life, keep the shoulder together over winter so it doesn't crumble apart. Good timing. Past the construction, everybody speeds up. Don't do it. Don't do it until you've passed the next traffic controller. Now, speed up. sort of on the road. Still moving. Not sure what was going on there. Well, when I said Salmo was 5 kilometers away, that no way that's correct, because 5 kilometers would have been that intersection, and then there's another 7 or 8 kilometers to Salmo, so more like 12 or 13 kilometers. That's what I get for relying on my GPS. Big spot here on the right hand side, perfect for parking over the night. And this whole roadway you can park. So lots of overnight parking here near Salmo. If you're trucking on 3. I've slept there a couple times, but only on basically times that I tried to make it to our yard, but I ran out of time. I'm like, nope, not gonna quite make it. Let's pull in here and sleep here instead. I've actually pushed it past that, gone, no, I think I can still make it and get all the way to Salmo and go, nope, just not gonna make it. So I've slept in Salmo. I'll show you there where trucks park overnight as well. I wonder if that's going to be reduced now, because I would park there and then go to the Salmo Hotel for supper. Salmo Hotel has been burnt. Highly doubt they're going to rebuild it. There's still some coffee shops and stuff there. I think the Dragonfly Cafe. U-Haul behind me went all the way up into the turning lane before turning his signal lights on. It's like, use your blinkers. Use your blinkers earlier. I think a lot of people use their blinkers as they make the turn. You should turn your blinkers on the second you take your foot off the throttle or tap the brake to start slowing down. As soon as you start slowing down would be a good time to use the signal light. So here on the left-hand side, you see trucks parked in here all the time as well. Right in here on the pavement and on the gravel patch. And that was Salmo. Into Summit Truck and Equipment Repairs. / the Sutherland Group home base for all the companies. Those little trees just fire red. That's quite beautiful. Coming into home base. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the comments, the thumbs ups, the subscriptions. If you guys enjoy the video, please hit that subscribe button. And if you guys would consider supporting me, hit that join button and help me pay off these cameras and laptop. Truck in where I wanted to go. Let's take the exit in instead. go the wrong way. I'm a rebel. We'll just go nose to nose with the truck. That's parked where I want it to go. All right, I am out of here. You guys rock.